Welcome dear audience, students and scholars. Here I'm Dr. Ramjad Ali. Dear scholars, so far as we have discussed about stabilization policy and we have decided should policy be conducted by rule or by discretion. We have also highlighted the time inconsistency of discretionary policy. In this video we are going to discuss a case study, the central bank independence. So here we have a few primary questions for this purpose. Suppose you were put in charge of writing the constitution and laws for a country. Okay, would you give the president of the country authority over the policies for the central bank? Or would you allow the central bank to make decisions free from such political influence? In other words, assuming that monetary policy is made by discretion rather than by rule, who should exercise that discretion? Okay, let's discuss the central bank independence while giving the answer of these questions. Countries vary greatly in how they choose to answer this question. In some countries, the central bank is a branch of the government. In other words, the central bank is largely independent. In the United States, Fed governors are appointed by the president for 14-year terms, and they cannot be recalled if the president is unhappy with their decisions. This institutional structure gave the Fed a degree of independence similar to that of the US Supreme Court. Okay, here we have the further explanation about the central bank independence. Many researchers have investigated the effects of constitutional design on monetary policy. They have examined the laws of different countries to construct an index of central bank independence. This index is based on various characteristics such as the length of the bankers' terms, the role of the government officials on the bank board, and the frequency of the contact between the government and the central bank. The researchers then examine the correlation between the central bank independence and macroeconomic performance. The result of these studies are striking. More independent central banks are strongly associated with low and more stable inflation. So here we have historical data while the discussion about the central bank and the macroeconomic performance of different countries. So here we have inflation and the central bank independence. Here we have a graphical presentation for this purpose, and we have average inflation and the index for the central bank independence. So this figure shows that central bank independence and average inflation for the period of 1955 to 1988. Countries that have an independent central bank such as Germany, Switzerland, and United States tend to have low inflation rate as compared to countries where the central bank is less independent, such as New Zealand and Spain, and there is a higher average inflation rate. So this evidence shows that more independent central banks tend to produce lower rates of inflation in the economy. Let's discuss the further about the central bank independence. Researchers have also found that there is no relationship between the central bank independence and real economic activity. In particular, central bank independence is not correlated with average unemployment, the volatility of unemployment, the average growth of real GDP, or the volatility of real GDP. The central bank independence appear to offer countries a free lunch. It has the benefit of lower inflation without any apparent cost. This finding has led some countries such as New Zealand to rewrite their laws to give their central banks greater independence. So this is all about the case study of central bank independence. So see you with another video. Ciao.